Well, here we go. I've put my bike in the stand, and as this is a carbon frame, you don't want to be gripping your frame across the top tube. When you put it in the stand, hold it by the seat post rather. Hold it by the seat post. This is a seat tube, I think. That's the top tube, that's the bottom tube, and these are the chain stays and seat stays. Anyway, but yeah, that's it. That's where you really should be holding your carbon fibre framed bike, up there. Let me step back a bit so you can see it. Anyway, so we're going to be cleaning the brake pads today. I've got hydraulic brakes, front and rear, and the rear brakes, we get a close up, there's the rear brakes, and the front brakes are just the same. So I'm just going to concentrate on showing you how to remove these brake pads, and then I'm going to show you how I clean them. Right, here we go. You have to remove this little pin before you can take the brake pads out. But behind here, I'll get a photograph of it, is a retaining clip. Now I'm going to use my pliers and I'm going to pull the retaining clip out. There we go. That's the retaining clip off. So I'm going to put that somewhere safe. So now I've got the pin out, I'm going to unscrew this. That's the retaining clip. I'm going to take the pin out with a sturdy screwdriver. I'm just going to undo this. There we go. You don't have to put Loctite on this when you've finished, as it's perfectly, didn't get it out enough, it's perfectly good as it is. There you go. So that's the pin is out, and now I'm going to take the brake pads out. Right, so there you go. I'm going to take one pad out, which will be the left side of the bike, or left side of the pad. There we go. That's that one out. Make sure you keep this bit. We'll take that pad out. Okay, now they're labelled, I don't know if you can see that, that's labelled right, and that one's labelled left. So the left side of the bike is for the left pad, for the right side pad it goes on the right side. Have a quick look inside. I'll also clean that a bit later, but I'm going to take these indoors. And we'll go from there. Here we go. This is I've got the pads. This is left and this is right. So they're on a piece of kitchen paper, and I've got some industrial strength brake disc cleaner. Now I'm just going to spray the surface of the brake pad to blow away any dirt. Then I'm going to dry them with another piece of kitchen paper. Give them a clean both sides. That's the little spacer, the spring that keeps them apart. But yeah, you can see the dirt and dust that's come off already. And I don't know if you can see, but I can see we've got patches of dirt. Now that will affect your braking efficiency. So I shall leave those there to let those dry. Let the chemicals evaporate. In fact, I'll put them on a separate piece of paper. There we go. Right, I'll let them air dry there on their own, and now I shall take some more of this kitchen paper, take the cleaner. I'm going to clean the disc outside. There we go. I'm back here. I'm just going to spray some of this brake disc cleaner into there and wash away all the old dust. And I'm going to give the brake rotor a quick clean. So I'll now use this clean kitchen paper just to give it a quick wipe over. There we go. That's taken off quite a lot of dirt from that pad, from that rotor. And I'm going to clean around there because there's quite a bit of dust from my wheels in there. Okay, that looks nice and clean. Now I'm going to rebuild everything. Right, there we go. That's my pads all nice and clean, ready to slot back into the caliper. So very gently wiggle them in. They will go in. That's that one in. There we go. That's that one in. Wiggle them in until they're in place. Now I'm going to reinsert this little pin into there. That's gone in, and I'll get my trusty screwdriver. There we go. With the screwdriver, I'm just going to gently screw that up. Like I say, you don't need it Loctite on here because it does bind. Just a slight nip. There we go. Slight nip. And now for the retaining clip. Here we go, retaining clip going on. There, that's in there now. I shall get a picture of that with my stills camera so that it all becomes clear. Now, if you live in England, they fit the front brake is on the right lever. Brake lever. So I'm just going to spin the wheel and operate the front brake lever. There we go. That's lovely. Well, I'm going to show you a little handy tip. Now, if your brakes squeal like mad when you brake, it normally means that the brake pad on one side is touching the disc rotor and it's causing it to squeal. Now, you should get equal contact when you brake. Now, to fix this, there's two methods of doing this. You can unscrew these two screws here, squeeze the brake lever, and then retighten these two screws. Now, that may balance up your caliper, so you now have a gap between each side of your disc, your rotor, your brake disc. Now, if you still haven't got that gap on each side, look at the side where there's no gap and use a business card and insert that into between the road, assuming it's this side, of course. You slide a piece of paper between your brake pad and your brake rotor, insert it into there, loosen these two off, squeeze your brake tight, retighten this, and that will give you your clearance on both sides of your rotor, so that you see, if you look down here, you'll see an air gap on each side of your rotor. Now that will stop the brake from squealing as you're coming to a stop. As you see on this very clean brake, that's smooth as silk. Anyway, right, let's go. I'm going to go in and do the other brake now. Clean that up and then tidy the kitchen up before Mrs. comes home. Okay, GoPro, stop recording.